Ciao nice people! Welcome to the stream of Katawa Shoujo. We are back on playing our visual novel of the Sunday. And we are here giving some more moral support to Hanako and maybe more support of any kind. She deserves every fiber of love she gets, right? Luckily, the internet has a lot to offer, so that's nice on her part. I don't remember where we stopped last time, as always. I should take some notes, at least where I stopped, because 1 week is enough to make me forget everything. I think we can just continue and see where it resumes. Okay, flashback. Ah yeah, we met Mickey. Ah, Mickey. I almost forgot about Mickey. Too bad, because I'm sad there's not a Mickey route. Okay, Mickey was the tomboy classmate that talked to us. I don't remember what she said though, but definitely something. It was a good I remember vaguely it was a motivational, or gave us some sort of determination or motivation, or I don't remember. The only thing is, I know we stopped on a new day, so that's something. I don't remember what we were going to do, but definitely we probably go meet Lily and Hanako. That's usually what happened in the 3 previous streams. Or around 3 or 4, I don't remember. So, this is a new day. And I think it's the Sunday, Saturday. We go in the city with Lily and Hanako, maybe. Maybe we decided to go meet there somewhere. I don't remember. A light breeze blows the scent of early summer around my head while I wait for Lily. Small white clouds litter the sky. That's not really littering, that's plastic, breaking up the monotony of the blue. Iso, are you here? Lily's voice lilt on the breeze, as if there were one and the same thing. I stop glancing into the sky to examine Lily. With a pitch of the shoulder. Okay, pitch is the color, off the shoulder is the type. Oh no, don't show shoulders in high school. I don't know if in Japan they are strict about it. Probably. And a tan ankle-length skirt, in addition to tan sandals. She's quite a nice sight. How unfortunate for her, but she's cursed without a sight, but in return she gives a nice sight. At least she sacrificed herself for the good of the others. That's very commendable. Oh yeah, I'm over here. Hey, that's Isao over there. Near the gate. Were you able to sneak away from Hanako? Sneak away? Wait, maybe we are looking for a gift for her birthday. Yeah, it's not uncommon for me to go out during weekends, so I don't think she noticed anything sus. That and she has someone she sees. Wait, a boyfriend? No, wait. What do you mean someone she sees? Wait! Did I lost the Hanako route? No! Lily pursues her lips, as if she maybe shouldn't have continued. I find it a little hard to believe. Hanako is seeing someone? Really? No, it's just... she sees a therapist every so often on weekdays. Ah, okay. I was getting a little worried. She found a boyfriend and we lost the Hanako route. Oh well, that does make a lot of sense. Lily rubs her arm uncomfortably, and after one look at her troubled expression, I quickly move to change the topic away from Hanako. One thing though, maybe I feel like the school should offer some sort of psychology, how it's the right term, a therapist, yeah. I feel like the school should offer a therapist, because I remember there was a very ignored feature in my high school, but there was some sort of therapist, but it was, no one knew about it, so it wasn't really that well known. But if a high school can have a room for a therapist or whatever, this school needs one, because there's a lot of people which definitely has some problems due to their condition. Not as direct consequence, but maybe as a secondary consequence even. Ooh. Yes? I was wondering, can you get around the city on your own? Lily sighs at my consternation surrounding the topic of her blindness. I'm my own worst enemy sometimes. I can, yeah. It's easier when I'm out with a friend or my sister though. I wonder how Lily gets along with her sister. Being an only child, it's hard to imagine what having a sibling could be. It makes me a little envious of her. Of her blindness, no thanks. Alright, well then, the bus arrives in a few minutes. We should probably get a move on. Indeed, it's a long wait if we miss this one. With that, we set off for the bus stop on the hill. It's only a small distance from the school gate, so it's very convenient. It's a nice view from here. Coming from the city, I never really got to see scenery like this, let alone on daily basis. This area is nice for me as well. It's tranquil. The Pokemon, yeah, there's a Pokemon called Tranquil. Always forgotten. And always from the noises and smells of the city. Lily's head perks up in a trademark gesture of her, signifying that she's caught a sound. Oh, here comes the bus. Wow, she can spot a bus from miles away. I look down the road to see the bus trundling up the hill. Her hearing is quite a useful tool. I don't think it's useful to know when a bus is coming when we are waiting. Maybe it's useful to know when we want to check a shop but don't want to wait outside. We can have Lily outside checking for the bus, and I don't know, like a bank robbery. You have Lily outside waiting for the bus and alerts us when she hears the bus coming, so we can get outside the shop and take the bus. Also, trundling. That's new. Trundling. With reference to wheeled vehicles. It's move or cause to move, slowly and heavily. Okay, so it's fitting for a bus to move slowly but heavily. Let me save the screenshot. Nice. The bus only takes a short while to reach the bus stop, forcing its way to the road, and within a minute we are on our way to the city. Oh, last time we were here we got on a pseudo date with Lily. It's not really similar this time, almost. Walking around the city, I feel a distinct nostalgia. The smells, the traffic, the tall buildings everywhere. It's a lot like my native city, save for the raised walkways. Yeah, luckily, yeah, they're not even that tall, the guardrails though. I'm worried for Lily. It feels a little weird, walking around the city as casually as I would in a park, but with cars rushing around underneath me. Oh, hello Fado! How it's going? We are out with Lily, probably to get something for Hanako in secret. And Hanako is seeing a therapist now. Well, they kinda got us with Hanako is seeing someone. No! She's got a boyfriend, wait! A therapist. Oh! Okay. I still have a chance. As I'm busy pondering the engineering marvel that is the raised walkway, I get a surprise. It takes a moment for me to realize that Lily has wrapped her arm around mine. Oh, extending her cane in front of her with her other hand. For a moment I'm startled, but I manage to keep enough of a lead on it. A lead? Okay, maybe it's a way to say it tried to not overreact, or tried to not react a lot. While it's not the first time that Lily relied on me for guidance, she'd only held onto my sleeve cuff before. At least Lily can't go see a therapist. No! No! Hear me out. Yeah, she can hear a therapist out. Okay, never mind. It's logical that it would be easier for her to navigate a crowded and complex area such as the city, while securely linked. But I'm far from being as used to this kind of contact as Lily is. Finally realizing the growing silence between us as Lily waits for me to get moving, I quickly kick my brain into gear. It's hard to start your brain when a girl touches you. Ha! Brain! Return functioning, please, I need you! You know, it's a surprise Hanako likes to sing. Have you ever heard her do that before? I have indeed. We've been to karaoke sessions several times, along with my sister. I can't say I take to the activity much, but the other two like it. I wonder if they... no, this is evil. I wonder if, since Lily doesn't like Shizune, if Lily invited Shizune to karaoke. Just out of spite. That's pretty evil though. Maybe Hanako doing karaoke is more fitting than I initially thought. Just there and those she knows, all alone in a little room. It would give her a rare chance to let her guard down, with nobody else there to judge her. Except everyone filming her and streaming it worldwide. Oh, welcome Zoro. Lily has to sing karaoke from memory though. Well, she seems pretty used to not singing, so she has a lot of memory in other things, like smells. And she can play chess decently, so she can remember often the position of the pieces. And Hanako idol. I kinda want to see her idol, her singing. Maybe it would be nice to bring her into town for a karaoke birthday party, if she likes doing it. Yeah, we're in the city looking for something for Hanako. Probably a birthday present. I'm not sure she would deal very well with excitement. I moved to protest, but her face shows that she's mulling the proposal over some more. It takes quite some time for her to come to a conclusion. Then again, the best thing we can do for Hanako is to try to create some pleasant birthday memories. Continually treating her as if she's abnormal won't help. I think you're right. If she has something to remember apart from loss, then maybe she'll come around. Loss reference? If we bought her something nice that she could see every day, then maybe she'd be able to take her mind off her past and remember that she has friends. In any case, I think Hanako can handle something like this. In the time I've spent beside her, I learned that she isn't quite as fragile as I first thought. So, shall we be off? I'm not really sure about the layout of this area. Very well. I might like to suggest having something to eat first. I haven't either, so that sounds like a good plan. Pizza! Pizza! Make sure you choose a nice place, Isao. Well, in Japan I don't know how well they make pizza, unfortunately. She gives a teasing smile. Well, one thing... Well, if we can't go to pizza, we can go to a Chinese restaurant. I'm pretty sure they have Chinese restaurant in China. No, wait. A Japanese restaurant, right? I'm pretty sure they have Japanese restaurants in Japan, huh? They definitely do it better than the Japanese restaurant here. She gives a teasing smile. One that makes me smile reflexively, even if she can't see it. I'll make sure I do. Don't worry. Wait, we were here before, right? Yeah, on the Lily's route. We are not in the Lily route here, though. Once inside, I ordered 2 slices of pie. So... 2 slices of pie, so... How much? Half a pie, so... 1.721 and whatever numbers are after. Half pie. The other pie. If you can't have pizza, be the pizza. Tourist to pizza. I wonder what kind of pizza would everyone be. Because you can't just turn in a normal pizza. People have personalities. So they will become different pizzas. I think I would be a... I don't know. I never considered the question. And honestly, I don't even know how to manage to give one. I don't know. I think a pizza with sweet onion, some random stuff in there, like I don't know. Okay. And accompanying cups of tea, and take them back to our table. Something like pizza face. Wait, pizza face. I barely saw the guy. Just in a video a bunch of days ago. I never played it though. I'd pegged this cafe as the type to appeal to Lily. Small and quiet, but well kept and somewhat upscale. Going by the dainty smile she wears, I don't really know if I choose right. It's very rare not to see her smiling after all. Nevertheless, I take a seat near her, at one of the corner tables, and lay down our small meals. Lily gingerly brings her head down over the slice of pie, placed in front of her, delicately taking in the aroma. Lemon pie, is it? Thank you, Isao. No problem, the tea is just next to it. Be careful not to knock it over. She nodded appreciatively, but judging from the slight weak smile she has, the warning wasn't really necessary. I suppose the sound must have tripped her off into his position. Tipped her off. We both tuck in our food without further ado, both of us remaining largely silent as we do so. Lily isn't the type to appreciate discussion while eating, and I can't say I like it either. Well, I appreciate hearing someone talk, but you don't want me talking because I'm not eating very fast, neither super slow, but I prefer just to eat my stuff and hear everyone talking, okay? Even better if someone talks, because if someone talks, they won't eat as much faster. That means I won't stand up more since I eat relatively slightly slow. So if someone eats, then I might catch up to them, since I definitely don't want to eat faster here. Food needs to be tasted. You can't just rush down your food. No, every bite has its savor. And most importantly, the pizza. You need to feel it. And I'm really feeling it. By mentioning someone. Eventually, we finish both our meals. And the last of our teacups follows in short order. Lily is the first to break the silence. Wait, the last? They ordered 2 sets of teacups? Or maybe first Lily's and then mine? That was very nice. I must say you chosen quite well, Isao. This is the first time I really had much of a look around the city. All I could really do is choose somewhere that looked nice. Sorry. I feel bad for inadvertently bringing up the subject of sight around Lily. But she doesn't appear to mind much. Yeah, Isao, you... how to structure the joke... yeah, in hindsight, you shouldn't have said that. Quite the opposite. She almost looks amused by my awkward attempt at an apology. Ara, you're thoughtful, Isao. But sometimes I fear that it gets the better of you. There is no need to change your speech on my account. Lily truly is pretty comfortable in dealing with her condition. I still hesitant to change the subject, as I can't really say that I share her confidence in the matter. Have you lived here for very long? Seems like you have this place pretty much sorted out. She quickly waves her hand in front of her face to dismiss the notion. It's nothing like that. I attended Yamako since the start of high school, but I didn't walk around the city very much, because Akira, my sister, picked me up and dropped me off. Oh right, you mentioned not living in the dormitory. It's quite a surprise. I assumed that she's been living here since entering Yamako, which would give her a few years here. I lived with my family for most of my life. Then I was just together with my sister. With my family having moved to Inverness long before, and Akira working longer hours, I ended up having to move. Inverness? Isn't that in Scotland? Oh, did I not tell you? My family currently lives in Scotland. Okay, I thought we would know in this timeline, okay. The birthplace of my mother. My father's side is mainly Japanese though. Ah, the question that gave Lily her looks did cross my mind every now and again. But I never thought to ask. That answers that then. To be honest, I'd never have guessed. Considering you have no accent, I'm guessing you were born here? Full marks! I'm thankful for my heritage though, as without it, I likely have not been taught English so early in my life. Heritage, I don't know why now eating heritage I think about the Saphira move from Eragon. How was it? B-A-A-B. What of you, Isao? What about me? She gives a moment of thought. She probably should have thought of what to ask me before switching the topic. I go with, what are your plans for the future? To be honest, I haven't thought much about it recently. After my accident and subsequent month in hospital, enjoying my life here with you and Hanako has been enough for me. In fact, I don't think I've thought at all about a future for some time now. It seems almost futile. This is your last year of school. After this, you will have to fend for yourself one way or the other. Fend of yourself is a little aggressive here. Feels like an RPG where after school there are monsters. Attack here and here! Well, it's not far off though. I just graduated and now I need to fend off through all the job applications. We will let you know! Never heard of them again. It's not like I don't know that. I just haven't put too much thought in it. She opens her mouth to continue, but gives a small sigh instead. She seems to have realized that she doesn't really know enough about my situation to go too deeply into this. Well, we all have our own peace. I just hope you'll take any chance you see. I understand, I think about it. As we walk back into the city, Lily takes hold of my arm once again. So, did you get any good idea for a present? No. I've never been very good at picking them. As absurd as it sounds, perhaps we should look around. look around. Hearing Lily utter those words throws me for a moment. Right, how do we do that? That's just the reaction I was expecting. Simple, you can go window shopping and just tell me what's around. Okay, teamwork, let's go. Look around. Well, I look around at least. Okay, here is fine. If something interesting comes up, we might get an idea. Right, I'm still not sure of this, but I'll take your word for it. I think we manage. Hanako, my sister, and I managed to do it well enough. With Lily's simplistic and rather optimistic statement, we set off into the shopping district. Wait, will we reach the same shop where we bought the carry-on for Lily? I start describing everything I see to Lily. It's hard to think of Hanako going window shopping. She doesn't feel like the type to place much stock in fashion, nor have I noticed her reading magazines or the like. In fact, all I think I really seen her do as a hobby is read books. There's a housewares shop just ahead. Looks like it's most crockery though. I can't think that she'd have much of a need for that. What type of message would that send to her? Cook more food? That's not such a bad idea. Maybe... Sometimes it's best to leave those things alone, Isao. Once again, I get the feeling that Hanako's exploits in the kitchen aren't always successful. Lily must have had to help her with that sometimes. Let's see. A bookshop seems a good one. She's always reading. Yes, but there are a few problems with books. I'm not sure what she has and hasn't read. What about a gift card then? Not the most romantic. We are not going for the romantic. I think a gift card. I definitely appreciate a gift card, but some people maybe prefer the thought of it. So there's nothing as impersonal as giving someone a gift card. It's like saying, I don't know enough about you to work out what you like. Well, for me, it's like, oh, you know you want to choose things at your own pace, so here, free money! Yes! Well, everyone has different tastes. I see. At this point, just give $50. Well, it's the same as a gift card, I would say. Again, though, feel free to gift me $50 instead of a random gift you're not sure I'd like, right? I always thought of it as making sure they got what they wanted. Giving people gifts is supposed to show them the level of affection you have for them. If you can't decide on a simple gift for them, how much could you think of them? Right, no gift cards. Give her a Steam card! She might find a hobby, right? Well, I got my Steam gift card for my birthday, and now I have the $30 sitting there as a financing a future series of the channel. I still don't know what to use the $30 for. Probably a Persona when I will finally start playing one. Otherwise, I don't know. But there are some games I might want to play. Oh well. Lily seems overly passionate about this, but I can see her point. She definitely doesn't see her point. If you're going to get something for someone, then you should put at least some thought into it. Yeah, there is some thought. She likes book? I'm thinking she might like books, and still by thinking, we don't know which books she likes. So, by thinking, we realize, yeah, let's get her a gift card. That's thinking. That's definitely thinking. 50, right? The problem is Lolo still didn't have the Steam page, so I can't even wishlist it. Lolo, make your them Steam page for once. Lolo should make the Steam page. Oh. Okay, it's a random thought. When you publish a game on Steam, you kinda have to. You should put it on Steam Next Fest because you get a lot of wish lists. Though the deadline for the next one is this month, so Lolo has to wait at least October for the Steam Next Fest. So there's still some work. If I want to get something for Hanako that reminds her of us every day, then what good is a gift card? It's perfect, because when you buy the book from the gift card, you would think, oh, it's thanks to my friends I got this book, right? In that case, what did you get Hanako last year? A porcelain doll. I thought that if she has someone to talk to, it might help her ease her pain. A doll isn't even going to criticize her after all. You know what we need? A snake liar, Covo di Serpi doll. That when you do something, it criticizes you. Like, you know the dolls that says, I'm hungry, I'm happy, haha. The creepy dolls also that can laugh at night. Okay. The dolls that say something. We could make a official doll. We still need to find the subject, maybe Lolo at this point. That gives random criticism during the day. Stand straight! Have you drunk enough water? Your color pattern isn't fitting. A snake plush, yeah, would fit perfectly. That's right. The merch for the Discord is coming. So, should I be looking for a doll shop? If you could be so kind to keep a lookout for one, I would be grateful. Sounds good to me. I wish you'd mentioned it earlier. But if I did that, then you wouldn't have started thinking for yourself, would you? Once again, Lily has a point. My brain is currently analyzing every store we pass for gift options. If Lily had mentioned a doll shop to begin with, I wouldn't have thought of anything else. They squish it and says, stop making empty maps! Di grafica non sono l'esperto, ma la tua mappa è vuota come un deserto. Tra 10 anni saremo tutti quanti passati su Godot. Sorry, a random song popped into my head. I had to make the reference. I'm not doing a macaristic rap in English, okay? However it's called. We wander through the city streets, but seems unable to find anything that resembles a doll shop, or anything that I could consider a fitting present. The simple act of searching is starting to clear my head. The events of last week are starting to fade away, and I'm looking forward to giving Hanako her gift. If I can find one, that is. This is hopeless. I thought we'd be able to find something in the city, and I'm sure we walked down the street at least once before. That almost sounds you're giving up, Isao. I'm not, but it's a lot harder than I thought. Try not to be restricted in your thinking. Maybe we should actually go in some shops and have a look around. That might work. I've never really been any good at window shopping. Lily and I circle around the city streets once more, this time popping into stores that catch our attention. In the end though, nothing comes up as especially appropriate. Hanako tastes are often quite hard to pin down at the best of times, thanks to her intensively private nature, and those tastes we do know are hard to accommodate. May we take a break for a minute? I'm a bit exhausted. I agree, and leave Lily to rest against a railing, while I go to get a couple of drinks from a nearby vending machine. After grabbing some lemonade, I find myself a bit of a loss. Not really knowing Lily's tastes, I decided to take a guess and grab something that seems a little girly, but not too weird. Strawberry flavored milk. Yes, I want to try strawberry flavored milk. Yes, yes. I don't even remember last time when I drank it. I remember though I had this same conversation in another stream. I don't remember where though. Back. And it got fully healed. The strawberry milk. I think I feel a lot of mana. I walk up to her and place the carton into her outstretched hands, making sure she has a grip on it before letting go. She feels its contours before opening it and taking a very tentative sip. Her approving smile afterwards, telling me I made the right choice. We both rest and have a quiet drink for a few minutes. That's the ring of a phone, a phone in how it's called, not a cell phone. This is a phone. Do you mind if I take this? It's fine, don't worry. She nods to me in thanks before turning away and flipping the phone open, bringing it to the side of her face as she picks up the call. By the tone, the person on the other hand is no doubt some friend or another. Maybe the sister? I tune out of their conversation pretty quickly, as the snippets that Lily says make it sound like little more than gossip. Without much else to do, I find myself watching Lily. She really is a pretty girl, which would hardly hurt her popularity in school. It's interesting just how much Hanako and Lily contrast with each other, in both personality and appearance. For a few minutes, yeah, it's different. One is composed and social. The other is more timid and shy. One can be defined beautiful. The other can be considered cute. One can be considered mom. The other daughter. Arara intensifies. Sorry, a friend from class. I take one final swing from my can before throwing it into the bin. Lily gives me her carton to throw away soon after, finishing it off relatively quickly. You seem to have a lot of friends. Oh? Lily waits for me to continue, her interest piqued. I was thinking that you and Hanako contrast really heavily. It's hard to imagine Hanako doing a lot of the things you do, or knowing the people you know. You seem to think about Hanako quite a bit. Oh no! She found us! I don't know, it's just she's mysterious, I guess. I kinda want to know more about her, which isn't that easy. It almost sounds like you're doubting your relationship to her. I don't think it's that, I just want to do more for her. Being her friend and all. I don't even really know how she sees me. Well, we know how Lily sees us. I wasn't not really sure if I wanted to continue the bad joke. The bad taste joke. This is what it became, Katawa Shoujo. From a wholesome game about girls with problems, with a random black humor fest. That's what it became. I'm sorry. This statement seems to interest Lily quite a bit. I wonder if Hanako said anything about me to Lily during their conversation. I'm about to ask what's on her mind as she picks herself up from the railing. Shall we be off then? Her voice and expression shows that she's playing games with me. Lily knows damn well that she's leaving me hanging. With a sigh, I pick myself up off the railing, as well as I have a brief look around. We have stuff to do, so I just try to get back to her about this later. Lily, do you only see me as a friend? I don't see you at all, you sot. Tucked in between a newsstand and a convenience store is a small shop. The sign above says Hotel Antiques. Okay, that's exactly where we got Lily's carry on, the other timeline. Would be easy to miss it if we were walking around the street, but since we are stationary and I'm purposefully looking around, it's just noticeable. Lily, the doll you got, Hanako, was it new? Yeah. I'm not sure what I know what you mean. I think I found our shop. It's across the road. Oh? Some kind of toy shop? Antique shop. I think it's probably going to be our best bet. Really? I don't know we even had one of those near here. Neither did I. I missed it the first time we went by here. It's well hidden. Well then, it can't hurt to check. We quickly dust ourselves off and head towards the store. The store has a strange musky scent to it. The layout is more like a garage than a store. Things are strewn across the floor. Wait, I remember strewn. It's like when a lot of stuff falls, it's thrown on the floor, right? Let's see. I didn't get the right. Oh well, oh well. Yeah, it's. I don't really want Google AI telling me the answer because I don't trust it, but yeah, it's really scattered. I think we got this term before. Wait, we got a portrait for the shopkeeper? The shopkeeper gives us an almost bored look through his particularly small eyes. His face looks very weary and tired, and his dress style anachronistic. Looks kinda Van Gogh. Maybe he did the paintings inside the school, right? The one on each floor. Gives us a polite nod of welcome before going back to his book. Lily holds tightly onto my arm, and I find myself having to split my efforts between making sure we don't miss a potential gift for Hanako and making sure Lily doesn't inadvertently bump into anything. The task is quite difficult given the haphazard. Wait, haphazard? I only knew about hazard. I thought it was hazardous. Haphazard. Lacking any obvious principle of organization. Okay, so not in good order. Ah, careless even. Okay, yeah, I can see it being even used for as careless. Saved it. Okay. And the many things poking out of the shelves, sitting on pieces of furniture. But eventually, we safely arrive at an old desk covered in dolls and teddy bears. We can get a teddy bear! I think this is the right place. There's pretty much every kind of doll you could imagine. Is there a Yanfei doll? A Sushang doll? I don't think so. A Daiwa Scarlet doll? Never mind. A Gina from Gnosia doll? I'm still waiting for the new wave of dolls from Gnosia. I just want a Gina doll. That should make the choice much simpler. Could you please pick one for me, Hisao? I had a feeling it would come to this. I pictured Hanako in my mind, and tried to imagine which of the dolls before me would suit her the best. My eyes wander across the collection. Each one is as exquisite as the one before it. The sheer number of styles is boggling, but eventually one catches my eye. What about this one? I pick up a small porcelain doll that looks to be at least somewhat affordable. Dressed in Victorian era green dress with a little brown hat sitting atop its blonde hair. Looks like a little like Lily. I gently pass it to her. delicately feels her way around the object while wearing a look of slight concentration. It certainly feels beautiful. Do you think it would suit Hanako, in your opinion? I think it would. It could look good in a room. In that case, I trust your judgment. Will you be getting her something as well, or shall this be a shared gift? What do you mean if I will be getting something? That's the gift I chose for her. And you're taking the credit now, Lily. You're not seeing this straight. Or anything, if that's it. I'm not sure. I think I should get her something myself, but I don't think getting her another doll is such a great idea. Maybe I let my voice trail off as I look around the shop. You should get something personal, Isao. To get closer with her. Resting on a writing table not far from us is a decorative box that catches my eye. Wait, I think I found something. My, that was fast. I gingerly walk through a collection of crystal glassware and pick up the box. The wooden sides are covered in carvings depicting ancient battles around the castle. The top, however, is far too familiar. Alternating squares of white and black varnished wood are arranged on the lid. That's a really nice item. It's a chess set from overseas. Oh, a chess set. That's a good choice. Probably expensive though. The store owner suddenly appearance startled me a little. I didn't see him approaching at all. He's a stealth man. I suppose he's trying to help us because we don't really look like we know what we are looking for. Or maybe he wants to keep an eye on us because he suspects we might shoplift instead. I'm looking for a present for a friend. I see. In that case, this chess set would make a fine choice. The realization flows my mind. This is a pretty good looking set, but this is an antique shop. They're not well known for their bargain prices. How old is this? This is a reproduction. My best estimate is that it's about 5 years old. I see. How much? He thinks a little before telling me, which is slightly disconcerting. I'll let you take this for 7,000 yen. How was it? Like $60, probably. Yeah, even less. Like 42 euros. 50 euros, okay. So not that expensive. Well, I wouldn't spend $50 for a person I just met, but, well, or a new friend. But I feel like even Hanako, even Hisao realizes the possibility of getting closer, huh? I balk a little. I wasn't expecting to spend that much, but this does seem perfect. Then again, maybe that's a testament, the block pocket quest to how well he worked out how much he could make me pay. Couldn't make it 5,000? 5,500, no lower. I heard that people even say 5,500. I'm sold. Oh, we'd also like to get that all. The store owner looks over my shoulder, focusing Lily and the doll in her hands. His eyes narrow, and he visibly takes a moment to switch mental gears. In the process, his smile drops slightly. Oh. I guess that means that not everything in this store is a reproduction. Are you sure that you want a doll, miss? I trust my friend's judgment. Metal Gear? I don't think he has gears made of metal in his brain. I see. No offense. None taken. If you could please wrap it for me, would be appreciated. Yeah, of course, but it's 20,000 yen! What the hell was that all? How much is this? I probably 700 euros. 120 euros. That's crazy for a freaking doll. What's that? What doll is that? A doll made from rituals, from the witches. What history does that doll have? Is it a voodoo doll, maybe? Would still be nice for Hanako having a voodoo doll after all. Like, there is someone she's scared of and she just pokes the voodoo doll and the guy is suddenly on the floor dead. Could make for a good gift, yeah. Okay, Lily, you bite. Oof, I'm lucky I chose not to have a shared gift. The door is cursed. It cries blood and killed its last 3 owners. I don't think it would be this expensive though. I think the shopkeeper would just want to get rid of it right away. Still costs less than a Photoshop license. What do you mean? I got mine for... I'm not completing the sentence. Lily reaches into their purse and presents 4 crisp-looking 5,000 yen notes. She's a rich girl. Well, we already knew, but come on, she goes around with, well, going around with 200 euros is not that uncommon for people which have them, I suppose. Still, without flinching, she just brought out that much money. Choosing my gift alone made me save money. I would have spent more money if I shared my gift. Here you are, 20,000 yen. The storekeeper dutifully takes them and the doll, and proceeds to the counter. I take Lily's arm to guide her here. Are you sure about this? It's okay, I have the funds I need. As I said, I trust your judgment. I feel a little guilty on 2 fronts. Firstly, because Lily has just spent a lot of money on my recommendation. And secondly, because I have a feeling that the value of my gift isn't high enough. Nevertheless, Lily does seem to get somewhat awkward whenever the mention of money comes about. I hand the shopkeeper my present, and the money for it in turn. He puts the cash into the register before busying himself with wrapping the doll and repeating the process on the chessboard. Wow, the scene is peculiar though from the store owner point of view, because here comes the boy asking, how much is this? Oh, 7,000. Can you do 5,000? 5,000? 5,000, 50, or 5,000 and a half. Okay, deal. And then Lily, how much is this? 20,000. Okay, I'll buy it. I haggled for a lower price. Eventually, he finishes the gift wrapping and hands us both our presents. Please be careful your way back, and come again. Thanks. Indeed, thank you very much. The store owner bows deeply to us as we leave. Well, it did take us all day, but we found something in the end. That we did. Now that the presents are wrapped, I'm feeling a little impatient to give them to Hanako. It's a common reaction to buying gifts, wanting to see the reaction of the receiver as they discover what it is. And part of me wants to return to Hanako, just to confirm her condition with my own eyes. Should we head back? Let's. We've done a lot of walking today. I shan't mind. Shan't mind. Wait, shan't mind is from shouldn't, maybe? No, it from shall. Shall. I never heard a shan't mind, though. Ah, it's not... So, you cannot say shalln't mind. It's shall not mind. Yeah, okay, thanks. I never heard of this, though. I never thought of it being possible because it just doesn't match. Shouldn't. Shouldn't. That's interesting. I like how it sounds. I shan't mind. Don't confuse with shanty. What's shanty? A shack, okay. I shan't mind taking a rest back at the dormitories. A song. Ah, never mind. Ah, okay, it's also a song. Google always gives first the less relevant information, I see. Lily's right. Now that the need to find a shop is over, my legs are feeling quite tired. Well, back to school for us. I'm looking forward to resting for a bit too. Lily holds out her arm, and I link mine with hers. Together we make our way back to the bus stop. And it's the next day, yeah! To Hanako birthday. Mutu reads the question and formulas to us one by one, in his usual unenthusiastic monotone directly from the book. It's possible that he might get excited about what he teaches us, but sometimes he can display an awkward spark of passion for it, as if he's starting to get into the material. Most days, however, are like this one. What we are covering is fairly simple, so I find it increasingly difficult to keep my concentration on him. It's not too long until my legs begin itching again, which only makes it even harder. I'm almost starting to regret walking around the city yesterday with Lily. Since leaving the hospital, I've done very little physical exertion. Walking to and from the local corner store hardly counts. Despite any attempts when I first arrived in Yamako, I largely given up the idea of ever returning to my old level of fitness. I have little doubt that that's why walking around town for so long. That's why walking so many hours in town made me quite so sore. It's depressing, and it reminds me of one more thing I can do since I had my heart attack. Makes me feel pathetic. Oh no, Katawa? Oh no, not again! Ah wait, it's not me, it's her. Damn, not at all. Oh no. It's not for Mutu to ask Hanako a question, but not unheard of. She quickly jumps to her feet, a little startled, and immediately pins her eyes onto him. She knows that Mutu calling on her is rare, so all eyes in the classroom are going to be on her. This way, she doesn't run the risk of making eye contact with anyone else. Yes. In this particular example of redox reaction, the combustion of metal reaction actually produces one more production than is listed. That product is... Even if it's a softball question, yeah, pretty easy, everyone knows it, I know it. What the hell is that? Wait, redox, I don't fucking know. I forgot, probably. We kinda learned of this at school, but... Why should I remember it? She timidly waits a bit before answering, biting down slightly on her lower lip, as if to keep her concentration. Heat? Oh, okay, never mind, that makes sense. Well done. This is an isothermic reaction, with a reaction giving more heat than is put on it. Okay, for a moment I thought it was a chemical question, instead of a physical. Well, maybe it's a mix of them. Now, I got my mind in... I was thinking about a reaction with atoms, so I was thinking of atoms splitting, atoms reactions, and you lose some atoms in the way in some reactions. I don't know, I had my mind set to that, but the answer was pretty understandable. Well done, it's an isothermic reaction, with the reaction giving more heat than is put into it. Hanako collapsed! Oh. Wait. I need to open RPG Maker. Give me a second. I need to change the audio source. I swear it's necessary. Do we have sound effects? Okay. We have the collapse sound effect. Let's see. I don't know if I can time it though. Let's see. Perfect! Perfect! Okay. I hope it worked. It's a little more complicated because there's a delay. Okay, I kinda needed it. We can get back on the game. You got 3000 XP, whoa! Poor Hanako. Receiving a note from Muto, Hanako takes her seat once again and gives a relieved sigh. A shocky start, but it's something. It would be nice to take her out for her birthday, somewhere different from the usual isolation of her room and the tea room. With the progress she made until now, I don't think she'll have much of a problem going to the city. Right then, for the remainder of this class I'd like you to work in groups of 3 or 4 on the problem in chapter 12. I'll be there if you need me. And Muto dies as well. Muto sits down behind his desk, pulls some loose sheets out of a folder and starts on some kind of paperwork on his own. I thought teachers were supposed to do that kind of thing after class, not during it. No! No! They landed their eyes on me! No! Why do I hear boss music? Wait. Wait a moment. Let's see if I can find it. It's this one, right? When it starts. Here. Okay, probably this one. Okay. Okay, class. Make a group of 3 or 4. No, that's not right music. Ah, too bad, too bad. Ah, I was looking for the meme music. I was so close. I don't know why I want to make these music effects. Okay. This time I failed. Next time I will get the right timing for the music. Maybe. Regardless, I look to my right to pick up someone to form a group with. Given the 2 smiling faces over near mine, I don't think I have to get much say in the matter. Is the music? Let's go. Yes, perfect. We have it. Let me try again then. We need to try it again. Okay, class, time to make a group of 3. Perfect. I think that was perfect. Maybe I went a little early, but it's fine. Okay, we are back again for real. Thanks for the link. I suppose we have a group then. Hichan, you want to work together? Okay, that's great. It's really been a while. Wait, what about Hanako? We can make a group of 4. The class begins the process of noisily shuffling the desk around, with Shizune doing the same as she puts hers in front of mine. She's a little lucky to not be able to hear the din of the classroom, which is loud enough to cause some discomfort. Truth to be told, working with Shizune and Misha is probably a good outcome. Shizune and I are pretty good at this subject, and Misha has really a nice handwriting. Something is coming at us. As I look at Misha, I notice a tall figure behind her. The shadow catches Misha's attention, as well as she turns to face the dark-haired observed. Good afternoon, Hanako. Hello. He's behind you. Oh no, she can hear us. Shizune finally notices Hanako, after looking up and following the gazes of Misha and I. In quick measure, she taps Misha on the shoulder to get her attention before signing away. Shichan says if you're looking for a group, you can join ours. Hanako looks down and blushes a little at the offer. Out of all the people in the class, Hanako is most familiar with the 3 of us. It's reasonable that she'd come to us first. Then again, her actually coming up to a group with the intention of joining them is something she apparently really rarely did before. Yeah, we should have invited them. She leaves briefly to drag her desk over, and Shizune and Misha wheel back to me as soon as her back is turned. I guess we get to play again, Hichan. You hardly ever play with us anymore. I wonder why. You two always seem to have some ulterior motive. That hurt, Hichan. I'd almost think you were insulting me. But it's Hichan, so I know you're joking. Such a great sense of humor about it. It would be awful if someone were to take advantage of your good nature, like making you help them with their work. Not almost, I was insulting you. This duo tries also to convince you they are not doing it every time. Shizune seems excited for a second, a little surprised that I'm willing to challenge her, but when she sees Hanako coming back, she backs off with a smile. I guess the mind games are over early today. In the middle? That's pretty bold. Hanako gently sits down at her desk in front of Misha's. Her eyes are locked downwards, and I'm left wondering why until I look around the class. Most are busy setting up their own groups, but a few are casting curious glances at her. At this range, it's hard to tell whether that is where their interest in her ends, or if they are talking about her as well. It's strange, no one bats an eyelid when Hanako runs out of class to avoid group work. But now that she's making an effort, they're staring at her as if she's done something wrong. We all move to sort ourselves out, spreading our textbooks and worksheet around the larger surface created by the 4 joint desks. It isn't long before the class as a whole gets down to work. Hi Hanako, it's nice to finally work with you. Oh, yeah. Are you the reason Hichan has been avoiding us lately? Hichan says it's a little rude, but if Hichan wanted to spend time with a cute girl, it's understandable. No, don't blow our cover so fast, Misha. I don't think it's like that. Maybe it is. Hanako starts fidgeting, unused to this kind of attention. I think that an ordinary person would drop the conversation by now. But Misha is like the antithesis of Hanako. Part of that includes being blind to ordinary social cues, while Hanako is overly sensitive to them. Because of that, Misha barrels ahead with the questions. Too quickly for me to get a chance to interject and get the discussion somewhere more comfortable. Really? So, he wasn't hanging out with you yesterday? Misha, no! No. I can feel my cover being blown already. Lily didn't want Hanako to know that we were out buying presents for her, let alone planning out her birthday party. It wouldn't be good for her to find out. Yeah, I was doing something else. You know how it is. Really? I wonder what was so important for each one to blow us off like that. If it wasn't to spend time with Hanako, then what could it be? It's really interesting. Misha, come here a moment. We need to talk, Misha, in private. Fucking shut up, Misha. Now, this is starting to feel like an interrogation. I'm surprised at how Misha is able to exert such a feeling of pressure without actually intending to. Were you with Lily? Oh no. Time to headbutt Misha. And that's why Misha is at the school. She got brain injury. No, even before the headbutt. Even before the headbutt. It's the only answer. There is no other choice. Out of nowhere, Hanako manages to stumble on the answer. She may be dreadfully quiet and shy, but she's very intuitive. What makes you say that? Yesterday Lily said something similar. Suspicious! Ichan, I demand that you explain yourself! Hey, shouldn't we be doing the assignment? But it's so mysterious. Even Hanako wants to know. I turn to look at Hanako. It's true. From the expression on her face, it's obvious that she wants to know as well. I think we're past the point where I could whistle out of having to provide an explanation. Okay, there's a choice here, right? No, I wasn't. Really hasn't seen me the whole day. Yeah, perfect answer. Let's go. That's a pickle. I would say. Well. Okay, the problem is. We refused to spend some time with Hanako to go out together. So, might feel like a date. So, or we hide the birthday part, but she might think we went on a date, and she might feel excluded. Or we ruin the surprise, saying we went to get something for your birthday. Which I think it's the reasonable choice, because we don't spoil what's the gift, right? I don't know if she expected gifts. We are just spoiling that she will have gifts. So we can say we went on for getting her gifts, right? That's a reasonable answer. Yeah, my same thought. At this point we just tell you went to look for a present. I don't see the problem in it at this point. I apologized to Lily in my mind. She really did want to keep it a secret, but now it doesn't seem possible anymore. Also, by saying we went to get a birthday gift, we also shame on Misha, because we ruined the surprise. I feel a rush of conflicting emotions. I jumbled that I can't really readily identify them, but they crash around in my head as I try to calm down and speak. Alright, I tell you, I went into town with Lily, but it wasn't what you think. Yeah, I were, for Hanako's birthday, we were... the cat is out of the bag. It looks like Hanako is taking it a little better than I thought she would. A brief silence passes around our little group as Shizune and Misha looks at each other sheepishly. I can tell that they didn't expect the game to turn out like this. Misha looks up to Hanako in order to apologize, then pauses. Hanako is staring at the middle of her desk, and barely moving, a mouding expression on her face. I guess I was wrong about her taking it well. I think it's better because otherwise Hanako would have thought that we don't care about her that much. So I think it's for the best. Also, Modin. Self-pityingly. Or tearfully sentimental, okay. Yeah, it doesn't ruin the surprise. Though I don't know, saying that might... No, I don't see the problem in it after all. There's no problem. There is an extra layer of surprise, because if you don't remind someone they will get gifts, they will get surprise of them, because maybe Hanako was not used to getting gifts, since I don't know if she had a lot of friends before. Still, I think would be a nice thing for her, because we thought about her. Hanako, I'm sorry. There's a few seconds pause, but Hanako lifts and shakes her head. It's okay. Her expression looks odd, and she's very tired. That doesn't seem natural, but it's nothing alarming. Nobody really wants to continue with the current conversation, so we open the textbook and begin our group work. This is pretty dull. While the questions we're supposed to work out as a group will take a while, most of it is going to be boringly mechanical. It also doesn't help that while that didn't go as bad as it could have, it has left an awkward atmosphere around us. Still, we manage. Shizune face betrays that she has about the same expectation of work as I do, and the two of us begin to write our group results. Mishi, on the other hand, is crunching up her lips and very visibly trying to make head or tails of what we are doing. Head or... yeah, from her expression I see. Head or tails, I never heard of it. Doing head or tails, so like trying to guess. That's an interesting way of saying. I will screenshot it. Okay. Hanako is looking on quietly, absorbing what we write and what I say. She usually has the same expression when the teacher speaks. It's a shame her attendance is so unreliable. With the way she takes the information, I think she'd do quite well in class. If she actually followed the lesson regularly, I wonder if this might be why Shizune seems so hard on her. Hey Hanako, do you understand this? Mishi looks at Hanako, but I suspect her hope is more to find a comrade in ignorance rather than genuine help. I'm not really, I guess. I'm surprised by how tense she is in answering, but she settles back down. She breathes in, and the way her upper body and head lower remind me of a deflating balloon. Isao, it's your chance. Come in and explain. Okay, here, this is how it works. In this way, yeah. Oh, thanks, Isao, I love you. Yeah, let's marry. A little fast, maybe. Hanako is about to explode. Too much social pressure. You okay? I could go over this bit if you want. Hanako shakes her head slightly. Then again, I don't think she needs the extra explanation. Misha quickly interjects, entirely oblivious, and I end up slowly going through how we ended up at one of our results, step by step. Times like this remind me that this kind of work may not be mechanical for everyone, but rather feels that way to me, due to my grasp of the subject. It's satisfying feeling. Oh yeah, it's like in RPG Maker when you need to do something a little more mechanical, right? Like creating a different variation for an event based on situation, like increasing a variable in each event because maybe they need to act slightly different. This is a mechanical thing because you open, increase the variable, but for some people, maybe it's the wrong comparison. Oh well, never mind. As Misha brings her bold fist into an open-ended realization, I discover another nice feeling. My explanation got through to her. and she manages to work out the next equation by herself, with a minimum of guidance. To all of this, Hanako is unusually unresponsive. She is normally very quiet, but one can still see her eyes roving periodically over the landscape of the classroom in front of her. What's roving? It's watching around. To rove. Travel constantly without a fixed destination. Okay, yes, it's wandering. Screenshot while sad music is playing. Or anxiously moving her hands in some way, or shifting her shoulders periodically. Right now, those small movements that we've gotten used to are missing. Someone not moving at all is definitely weird. Even Misha can tell there's something wrong. Hanako, are you sure you're okay? Yes. Are you sure? I'm fine. I tell more strongly this time, but she turns away as she says it. It only makes me doubt her answer. Yet at the same time, I can tell she doesn't want to talk about it further. Having already had one very awkward conversation today, that I'm still not fully over, I don't want to pursue the matter too much either. We settle back into our routine, debating over our answers, whether a doubt comes up. But as time goes on, I notice that Hanako isn't talking at all. It's frustrating. She had made so much progress. This how, I don't know, do something. Makes me little angry at Shizune and Misha for undoing the surprise Lily had wanted to keep secret so much. I know I'm at fault too. Maybe I could have kept under grasp somehow. Shizune noticed Hanako's silence as well, and is getting antsy. I can see it on her face. It's strange that even though she's deaf, Shizune perceived Hanako's unusual quietness sooner than Misha. Hanako, you're being too quiet. You have to contribute too. That's not the best way, I feel like. Someday we might work on a bigger project. Big project mentioned. Like one that's too big, it's worth celebrating afterwards. Like with ice cream or cake. If you act like this, we won't take you along. I can tell that they're trying to tease her to bring her out of her shell, but I don't think that's the kind of approach will work on Hanako. It will just make her feel worse. Guys, don't tease her like that. Hichan, it's all in good fun. Hichan says she teases everyone anyway. They do back off though, with Misha moving away from the issue by asking me a question again. On seeing how difficult the problem she's working on is, I don't know whether it was skillful dodge or mere coincidence. It takes way more of our time than necessary, because Shizune keeps disagreeing with me while I'm trying to explain it to Misha, and Misha is quick to believe her over me. So quick, in fact, that she forgets to translate what Shizune is saying. Hey, the clock is kind of ticking down. We should speed up a little. Hichan, you shouldn't like Shichan here. Just because I looked at my watch. Is that really all it takes? Time management, and suddenly I'm the student council president? Hanako! I look at Hanako's desk to see how she's doing, and freeze. Our papers are covered in equations. But Hanako is only halfway there. Seems like she hasn't written anything in the past 20 minutes. 20 minutes! When I realize that, I want to kick myself for how dumb I've been. I should have known that someone as fragile as Hanako wasn't just going to brush off what happened so easily. But I've been so eager to move on from an awkward situation to notice. She has been slowly shutting down for the last half hour, and I had no clue. Her pen is still in her hand, but she doesn't slowly spin around like she usually does. There isn't a single idle movement from Hanako. Did she get petrified or something? Have you tried turning her off and on again? I think she's just off by default now. Only the fact that she tries to inch away once she feels Shizune, Misha and me looking at her tells me that she even still conscious. We look away, And at least in my case, it's partly out of shame that it's gotten to this point. Though on the outside she has shut down almost completely, I know that it's a different story in the inside. I don't know, firmware update. I wish it was this easy. What kind of things could be she thinking about as she tries harder and harder to shrink into herself? As if by willing it she could somehow disappear. Everyone is looking at her now, staring quick glances in between, putting the finishing touches on their work. Misha attempts to ask her what's wrong, but that only makes the problem worse. If she weren't frozen onto her seat, she would probably run out of the room right now. Misha's questions are loud enough to be heard through the entire classroom, and for a second I'm ready to snap at her because I can only imagine how much worse it's making Hanako feel. No, she's crying! Of course, if I were to do that, it would only make the situation worse. I believe that Hanako had gotten stronger, and she has, but it wasn't enough. He's about to punch Misha. We still had the headbutt, right? I was too eager to believe it. Now she's terrified, alone in the middle in the classroom, and there's nothing I can do without drawing more attention to her. It's infuriating. Misha is worried. Even Shizune is biting her lip. None of us know how to deal with the situation. I decide to call Mutu. Good choice. His judgment would probably be better than ours. I look up and manage to catch his eye, silently motioning for him to come over. I hope he doesn't make it worse. I want to make as little a fuss about this as possible, since if there's anything that would make this worse, it's more attention being focused on her. I know that Hanako can see everyone staring at our group, specifically at her, because they know that if there's a problem, it has to be her. Everyone knows her, and it's the first thing anyone's mind would leap to. Her reputation for being a truant has marked her as an unusual person, even in unusual Yamaku. Who knows how many times they've stared at her before. Maybe it's because she's seen the class staring at her so much that she feels their gazes like she does, cowering from them. The time it takes Mutu to walk over must be like an eternity to Hanako, and she looks as if she's about to fall over. Mutu quickly begins to ask what's wrong, before catching myself as he sees Hanako. Did we upset her? Don't worry. Mutu bends down after calming Misha and looks intently at Hanako's face. Hi, Kizawa. Can I help you at all? His voice is hushed and gentle. Everyone acting so differently around Hanako now that the whole class has noticed something wrong with her. Hanako doesn't respond, so Mutu gently rests a hand on her shoulder. No! No, Hanako! She's about to launch into space! Feels like a rocket ready to launch! She's vibing! No! They do not the vibrate function. What did you press? What did you press? She starts shaking at this touch, but won't even look up. Hanako continues to stare into the equations on her desk. Vision so unfocused that I doubt she even sees them. She's worse than before. I remember that not even an hour ago, she was able to talk to him almost normally. Mutu grimaces a bit as he stands again, and now that his expression changed, I can see he wasn't exactly unaffected by what happened either. He takes a breath to settle himself, before speaking in very quiet voice. I'm a little impressed at how quickly he takes control of the situation. A good idea would be to end the class early, right? Is that it? Nothing wrong then? Okay, dissuades the rest of the class. A good idea. Mutu seems to say that to no one in particular. However, his word sounds convincing enough that most of the people that were looking over Hanako now turn away, getting back to their work. Gives a quick glance to his left and right. Several people at the desk around us are still staring curiously, but other than that, we seem to have escaped attracting too much attention. Mutu notices me doing the same as him, and smiles a little, in his usual stilted way. I think for Ikizawa State, would be good to quickly take her somewhere away from others. Nakaya, Kemichi, could you please take Ikizawa out of the classroom? I keep everyone settled. Please don't worry about anything but her, okay? He looks at Misha to interpret the word for Shizune, but she's already finishing her translation by the time he does so. It's remarkable how little thought she needs to sign, as she still looks quite dazed otherwise. Nodding, Shizune and I stand and move to either side of Hanako. Muto steps back to allow some room, and talks to the table behind us as some people there have begun to mutter between themselves about what's going on. We look at each other before lowering ourselves in unison, taking one arm around each of our shoulders and lifting. The two of us begin to walk at a slow pace to make sure we don't inadvertently hurt her. As much as we try to make it look normal, I'm quite sure there would be many more gazes on us if not for Mutu's distraction. Eventually, thankfully, we reach the door and go through. Oof, we're out. Nobody's outside, so we walk down the hallway. It doesn't seem like it's making her more at ease than she was in the classroom. Finally, I ask if she wants to just sit down. For a while, we simply stay in place and wait for her to say something. Shizune tentatively rubs Hanako's shoulder a little, but there's no response. She really did turn off. Eventually, she shakes her head a little when Shizune tries again. Both of us are looking at her, so we pick up on it immediately. Shizune's hand again comes to rest on Hanako's shoulder as she awakens, her face lifting to the two very worried and anxious people looking at her. She looks at us silently for a while. I'm worried she might freak out or do something extreme, but those fears prove unwarranted as her expression slowly changes from an almost lifeless blank sight to a more normal withdrawn shyness. Hanako! You're still alive! Let's go! She wordlessly lowers her head, her eyes evasively moving to the side. She looks embarrassed, almost ashamed. I want to say something, anything to help. I can't though. I don't really know what just happened, or even what caused it. I feel helpless, and ashamed of myself for not being of any use. Come on, you maybe take her hand, you say, we cared a lot about you, me and Lily. It's not a problem, we ruined the surprise because there's the surprise of what you got. We got you incredible gifts, you will love the gifts. Without telling what the gifts are. What the gifts are will be a surprise. Come on, something like this, maybe. Shizune sighs before looking at me. Even without words, I think I can tell what she's asking. I take Hanako to the nurse. Is that okay by you? I try to communicate my intentions through hand gestures, but I don't feel like I managed to get through to her very well. Shizune makes a dreary face in response to my gesticulations, confirming my impression. She stabs her finger in the air decisively, first at me, then at Hanako, and then towards the stairs. She waits for me to nod before pointing at herself, then pointing at the door in the classroom. I get the feeling Shizune is much better at this than I am. I nod at her, since her plans is after all the same as mine. Shizune gets ready to make her exit, but she only leaves after looking at Hanako for quite some time. Are you okay with me taking you at the nurse's office? Hanako doesn't say anything or nod, but she stands up in place by herself, and when I begin to walk, she obediently follows. I read about people being catatonic before, but I think this time I'm seeing it for myself. She looks extremely tired. After everything that happened, it's not a surprise. How do we fix a broken girl like this? Like, what's the trick? Affirmation words? Physical contact? I don't know. After Hanako suddenly takes off her shoes and lies on the bed in the infirmary, the nurse and I take our leave. He shuts the curtains behind us. We both take a seat, and I quietly and truly go through everything that happened, in quite some detail. I want to understand what happened, and the nurse has a good chance as anyone of knowing. He nods through the explanation, his face looking troubled as I finish. Must have been very troubling for you to have seen all this. I'd be lying if I said I didn't. I get that she fainted, but I don't really understand anything about why it happened or why she's acting like this. He nods, but the face is clouded. You don't know either? Well, yeah, no, it's the nurse. It's complicated. I assume you've heard about the concept of patient confidentiality at some point. This is a bit of minefield in that respect. I'm going to put this pretty bluntly. This is a matter for Ikizawa, me and her therapist. I move to protest, but think better of it. I want to deny what he says, but if I think this through rationally, what he says makes perfect sense. I understand. Good. I wish I could help you more, but I think what Ikizawa needs right now isn't somebody prying into her past or emotions. She just needs somebody to be there for her. She needs a friend. I'm here! For what it's worth, I think you done well in bringing her here. Sounds like you and your friends dealt with the situation well too. I'll give you a lollipop or a sticker as a reward, but you might be a little too old for either. I would gladly take the lollipop, you know. He gives a cocky grin, absolutely trying his best to lighten the atmosphere. I'm not really in a laughing mood, but he does manage to get a smile out of me. Thanks. Do you mind if I stay here with Hanako? I appreciate the thought, but I think it would be better to let her rest for now. Didn't you say she needs a friend? She'll be let back to her dormitory room this evening. You could visit her then. I agree with him before standing. Feels like all I can do around the nurse is humbly agree to what he says. But it was the same with the doctors in the hospital too. The walk back to the classroom is a long one. My mind feeling heavy under the weight of so many things happening so suddenly. Even as I re-enter the classroom, I'm thinking about Hanako. My stomach feels like it's turning into knots while I think about how to deal with her. I still don't know what I'm going to say when I see her again. Thankfully, the class don't pay much heed. There are a couple of questioning glances, but overall, not many people seem to be very aware of what happened. Muto raises his eyebrows to get my attention when I pass his desk. Nakai, I take Ikizawa is in infirmary now? Yeah, I took her here. The nurse said I should let her rest. Oh, I'm happy with this result at least. They managed it pretty well. Muto nods, assuring me that I made the right call. He scratches his chin for a second before rising from his desk. Everyone, I want you to continue with exercise. Nakai, I see you in the hallway, please. What did he do this time? His speech is hushed, but overall it doesn't seem to be acting too differently from how he usually does. Being a teacher, maybe it's to be expected. As we go out, I notice him taking a quick glance left and right to check if there are any students milling around. The hallway is nearly soundless. I can't think of anything except waiting for Muto to speak. Nakai, what do you think the purpose of the school is? Getting philosophical here. To cater to the needs of disabled students? Muto scratches his head as he shakes it. No. If we wanted it, we would have to build a whole new school from scratch. One floor. Talking whiteboards. That kind of thing. Look around, Nakai. This school is about giving you all a future that you would have been denied in regular education. Huh? Think of it this way. If we wanted you to graduate and go straight to hospital, do you think we'd put this much effort? Good point. So graduated, yeah, now back to the hospital. The bluntness of Muto's statement temporarily stuns me, causing me to forget about the immediate situation. No. That's right. We want you all to live here as useful members of society. I'm not sure I'm following you. I have high hopes for you, Nakai. You're possibly the first student I've heard that gets my lectures. Well, that's not the student's problem, then. It's yours. It's your problem you suck at teaching, then. That isn't something that a teacher should be admitting so freely. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You could easily take your studies of science well into university. Have you ever considered that? I can't say I have. Well, what have you considered? For the future, that is. I can't say I put much thought into my future. I'm reminded of Lily questioning me about the same subject. It's only been a little over 5 months since I was gasping for air in the ground. It's too soon to be thinking about the future, and besides, Hanako problems seem much bigger to me right now. Muto gives a disapproving sigh before continuing. Think of this place as an opportunity. Here you have boundless facilities. Good teachers? Well, you say it yourself, plus the added bonus of the nurse and his staff. You should be doing nothing but thinking of the future. Right. As I raise my head to meet his gaze, a thought occurs to me. It's almost like Muto totally sidestepped the issue at hand. Nice, he can dodge 2 basic attacks now. Why do none of the staff seem to care when Hanako skips class? I've seen you watch her walk out of class more than once. Shouldn't you at least say something? No, because they know about her issue, otherwise they attract their attention to her. They could say to her something after class in a kind way, like, would be better if you follow, because you can skip class, but it's better if you follow since it's important for your future. I don't know. Well, Nakai, it's not that simple. Every student here has special needs. If it weren't for that, then we wouldn't have a school here. For example, I wouldn't keep you in class if you were having trouble breathing, would I? But that's not... Muto cuts me off before I can even think about finishing my sentence. Are you dumb, Hisao? Kitawa case is very much like that. Instead of CPR or pacemaker, what she needs is time and space. The faculty was made aware of this from the day she arrived here. Thus, whenever she feels the need to leave classes, we let her do so. And even though she isn't a star pupil, she seems to pass all her exams. It doesn't affect her ability to study. Isn't that enough? I open my mouth to protest. What the hell do you need to protest? He's right. I can't find a fault in his argument. While her condition does at first seem to be wholly physiological, its worst effects have been on her psyche. It still puts me off though. Isn't it just passing on the responsibility for her problem? Surely she can't go like this for her entire life. Well, maybe they should incentivize her on staying a little more during class. I understand that you might not be used to this kind of thing yet. It's been a big change for you. That said, it's less than a year until our graduation now. Maybe you won't have to get used to the school. If you keep your head down, I'm sure you'll do well enough in your exams. No, I humbly nod. More to simply acknowledge that I'm listening than out of agreement. I feel like I was getting used to the school, but feels like it's just being thrown back in my face. Yeah, your face is in your face. What about Hanako? I hope that she will perform well enough to do what she wants to do. What that is, I don't know. Not all students leave school with an idea of what they want to do, unfortunately. It takes care to emphasize the last word, as if it wasn't quite clear enough already, and gives me a moment to mull his words over. Today's been a troublesome day for you. I doubt you'd be able to concentrate much anyway after all that happened. I'd allow you to take the rest of the day off. I don't think Isao needs this break, but maybe it can help him to understand better Hanako, to ponder about it a little. Your grades have been good in this class so far, which makes me think you won't have any trouble catching up on what we've been doing. He gives a small side smile along with a phrase, as if to make up for the seriousness of his lecturing before now. Go collect your things and I'll see you tomorrow. Alright, thank you. Mutu's roundabout speech has left my thoughts scattered. I'm still not any closer to working out what I can do to help Hanako. If anything, my mind is all the more confused after what Mutu said. I'm also still bothered by the fact that Hanako was helped at least as much by Shizune, her enemy by prox, as by myself, but I don't know whether that is just male bravado or genuine concern. While I collect Hanako and stuff and my things, I continue to try and sort out my feelings. I want to say that I understand her, that I'm here for her, but while I might be able to say that just yesterday, I can't say it now. I wish I could. Don't you visit her? I don't even know if she wants to be visited. Maybe she won't even come to class tomorrow. Oof. I lay on my bed, trying to collect my thoughts. And we got the monologue. What is the best situation here? Best course of actions? I think we could try to go to her room and try to enter, or knock and see what she does. At least try to see if she wants to see us today. After Hanako panic attack, I found myself fundamentally reassessing the relationship we share and what I know about her. I had a hard enough time dealing with 4 months in the hospital. One look at her scars tell me that she was in one for a lot longer than I was. But that as I may, I know next to nothing about her past. She has told me about the house fire, but only the most basic way. What of her family? I still haven't asked Lily about them. There hasn't been a good opportunity to bring it up. I don't know where she grew up, or what her old school was like, nor of her past friends or wishes and ambitions. Not even her tastes in music, food and movies. All the little things that I knew about all my old friends. Just what have I been doing for all this time I've been with her and Lily? Well, playing chess. In the distance, okay, there is, so Isao can be about to meet her. In the distance, I hear the bell signaling the end of classes. With any luck, Lily will soon realize that neither Hanako nor I are around, and return to the dormitories. An ominous call is coming. My phone starts to ring, cutting my thinking short. It quite startles me, as if I rarely been called since coming to Yamaku. Is it Hanako? Wait, you don't watch who is calling. Hello, is Nakai speaking? Okay, it's Lily. Hi, Zao. I'm glad I found you. You weren't at any of our usual places. I thought it would be the fastest way to contact you. Yeah, good choice. I should have guessed it. She's the one of few people I've given my number to. Even to the phone, her voice sounds slightly on edge. Hanako and I left class early. She had some sort of panic attack. The line goes silent. If it went for the background static, I would have thought Lily had hung up on me. I understand. Could you come in my room? I'd like to talk with you. Sure, I'd appreciate the chance to talk a little. Good. I also have bad news. I think we should discuss this in person. Other bad news? Oh no. Hanako could self-implode at any moment now, and it's getting worse. It's hard to grasp the seriousness of the situation from Lily's tone. She sounds so calm most of the time, but that could be a good or bad thing, depending on how you look at it. Okay, I'll be right there. I collect Hanako's school things from my desk and head straight for Lily's room. Okay, we can do this last scene in the Lily's room and then stop. Probably other 20 minutes. I rap my knuckles on her door, and she soon calls me. Lily sits on the table inside her room, looking a little worse for wear. I guess that's because of the bad news. Following her gesture of invitation, I sit across from her and lay Hanako things on the table. Would you mind going first, Isao? What happened today? My memory of the incident is already beginning to fade, but I explain it as best as I can to Lily. Inviting Hanako to work with the group, Shizune and Misha questioning, our foray to town getting discovered, and the subsequent panic attack. I had Shizune's reaction almost as an afterthought, but Lily seems to take some kind of comfort in hearing about it. I guess rivals don't become rivals for no reason. There must be some history here, but now isn't the time to explore it. I see. She said her therapist sessions were helping, but I had my doubts. It's quite a shame. Her birthday has caused problems before, but I hoped that she would have improved with you around, and the more intense therapy. Where is Hanako now? Last time she was in the infirmary. I guess she's gone back to her room by now. She wasn't in the library or tea room when I checked. I can only assume that too. You said you also had bad news. What's the matter? Does it concern Hanako? Lily shifts her position. The body's way of saying she's searching for the right words. That's right. She has to go away in this moment, so she won't even be of support for Hanako. Maybe she won't even be present for her birthday. We need to work extra hard then. My aunt fell gravely ill. I'm afraid I'm going to be heading back to Scotland to visit her and to spend some time with my family. Is she alright? When do you leave? I'm not sure of exactly how she's faring at the moment, though last I heard that she was stable. I'll be leaving Saturday, the earliest flight that I could get. Stable. That's code for needs to stay in the hospital. I've been stable long enough to know that. And to know that doesn't necessarily mean someone is in good condition, but merely treading water. On the upside, stable is much better than critical condition. At least she's not on the brink of death. Oof, that's a relief. Yes, but that means I won't be there for Hanako's birthday. I wanted to tell you now so we could think of something before we told Hanako. But after today's events, I'm not even sure if there's going to be an issue if we simply cancel the party. No! We need a party! We need a party! We need... Even me and her alone, I don't care. We need a party for her. I don't think it's a good idea. Hanako knows that we are planning a party now. To go back on that seems like the wrong thing to do. Also, we should do something for you going away, right? You make it sound like if I won't be coming back. If all goes well, I should only be away for a week. Possibly two. She's not below 1/3 HP. Well, some games has the critical health below 1/4 though. With that in mind, what do you suggest then? I don't think karaoke is really appropriate. You're not going away for the greatest of reasons. Having too much fun would feel wrong. No, it's Hanako's birthday. She deserves every fun she gets, right? What did you do for her birthday last year? I literally couldn't get her out of her room. She'd locked the door. Not another birthday in a row, please. I'm running the door down, I don't care. Rave party instead. I feel she won't be in the mood. All I could do was leave food outside for her, making sure that she was at least eating well. This is perhaps the most depressed I've ever seen and heard Lily act. I feel sorry for her, given how defeated she must feel to be unable to help her closest friend. Perhaps would be better to throw the party before you leave then? Sounds like the easiest option. I think we should at least tell Hanako, both about your trip and her party. I have her things from class as well. Good point. Should we go visit her now? Good idea. Part of me is dying to see Hanako. The last time I saw her, she looked like death walking. And those last few hours have torn me apart just thinking about that. We quietly go up and file out Lily's room. Hanako's room is next door in the same hallway. Fuck, let's have the party right now, yeah! Let's order a pizza, a cake pizza right away. And what's a cake pizza? Never mind. A cake and a pizza, even better, even better. Hanako's room is next door in the same hallway. Knocking lightly gets us no response, but the door proves to be unlocked. I gently open the door. No, wait! This is way too familiar! No, wait. No. Please don't do Doki Doki references now. Lily pauses for a moment as the handle unexpectedly moves under her hand, before gently opening the door. Hanako's room is startlingly bare and monotone. There are no decorations. On the plain white walls, a plain dark blue blanket and only a few books, papers and purely utilitarian items on the shelves. Yeah, but where's Hanako? Even her bed sheets are monochrome. The entire room feels as subdued as Hanako's character. Oh, she's fine! Yes! Well, relatively fine. Still alive. Hanako herself is laying curled up on her bed. She may not be crying now, but her eyes are closed tightly to stop herself, and the tracks left by her tears still set on her reddened cheeks. I quietly walk and set her back down on her desk, afraid of startling her too much. Hello, Hanako. Isa told me about what happened today. Are you alright? Hanako's eyes open, though only a little. I never saw her dry, right? It was always covered. Maybe in a image maybe. I'm okay. You're definitely not okay, Hanako. She tilts her head slightly to look at me, noticing my grimacing before I can hide it. Sorry for making you worry. Really, I'm fine now. She really doesn't look nor sound okay, though at least she seems more calm than she was before. It's fine, you see, she was overheating and she's using her tears to cool off. That would be a smart function for a robot. That's actually pretty clever, you know. Would be nice used as a clever one-liner in a game. She still looks as if the slightest breath could emotionally break her. I said it before, right? You don't need to worry for this. Is that right? I shouldn't have eaten something like a birthday celebration from you. I see Hanako shiver at the word. Lily picks up on the silence that follows and crouches down to Hanako level. I'm the one who should be sorry, Hanako. Hanako's eyes open to peer at Lily. She looks at Lily for some time, taking in her face with those dark, analytical eyes of hers. Lily must have made the right impression on her, as Hanako recovers enough to prop herself up on the bed, and shifts to sitting on its side. Hanako worries about many things, but troubling others is foremost among them. Hearing Hanako shuffling, Lily moves forward and feels out the side of the bed, eventually taking a seat beside her and taking Hanako's left hand in both of her hands. The same! I do the same! She won't run away now. The feeling of me being out of place when the two are together has lessened in the time we've known each other, but it's still occasionally very much there. This is one of those times, I think. Lily, if you want me to go... I don't want that. Lily and I are both surprised at Hanako mastering her courage. A half-mumbled okay is all I can give her in reply. And I take her desk chair to sit in. Desk! Sit on her side like Lily did, okay? Take her other hand. So she can't escape! Hanako, I'm afraid I have some bad news. Oh, is this the moment? I don't know if it's the moment. So Lily's going to break the news now. With Hanako having affirmed our relationship so clearly, perhaps Lily thought the timing was good. Or at least, as good as it will ever be. My aunt has fallen ill. I need to return to my family for some time. Concern replaces Hanako's remorseful expression. Your family in Scotland, right? That's right. Akira and I will be leaving Saturday. So you're going away? I won't be gone for long. A week or two. I'll be back before you know it. Isa will be there, right? That's right, I'm not going anywhere. Hanako seems to take out only minor comfort in this. But she does manage to summon some resolve from somewhere inside her. Is your aunt going to be alright? I'm not sure. Silence falls. It's depressing that the thing to truly bring Hanako out of her rut is another's misfortune. I decide to bring up the other matter that brought us here, to distract at least in part from the dismal feeling permeating the room. Anyway, we were thinking that would be a good idea to have a going away party for Lily. And could be double as... yeah. I cut myself off before mentioning her birthday, as that seems to be a trigger for such fierce emotion within her. Lily gives Hanako a hand a gentle squeeze. It's alright, Hanako. It won't be anything lavish or overdone. Just something small in my room. So, just in the school? Just us? We'll be inviting all the classroom! Ah! And Hanako dies. That's right, just the three of us. If you like, I could ask Akira to come as well. Okay, you're only going for a week? 1 week or two, yeah. I promise it won't take any longer. Okay. Most people would be upset at hearing about a friend's family member falling ill and happy at having a party. But with Hanako, it seems that both events are on the same level. Alright then, you look like you need a rest, Hanako. Might be best if we all went back to our rooms for now. You know that if you ever want anything, you can always talk to me or Isao, right? Lily's voice is pensive, an unusual edge for someone as confident in herself as she. I understand. Thank you, Lily, Isao. Well then, good night, Isao. Night. A little long breath after the door closes behind us. Feels a little like I've been deep underwater and only now have been able to come up for air. Lily doesn't seem to be doing well either. She looks pale and drawn. Are you alright? I'm a little tired. It's been hectic recently. Have you slept at all? A little tired sounds like an understatement, given how you look. I think I managed to get a couple hours of sleep before class. I'll be okay. I was about to say, everyone is having trouble here, and then I realized, yeah, no shit, it's a school for people with problems. I feel bad about pressing Lily right now. I think both of us are pretty tired from everything that's happening as well. I think you should get some rest. It's been a big day. Staying up isn't good for your complexion. Thank you for the concern, Isao. Good night then. Okay, night, Lily. And then we can go sleep and wait for next day. I think I understand if Hanako is not going to class. I leave Lily in the hallways, and I begin to make my way to my own room. As I walk down in the quiet hallway, I can't get that image of Hanako out of my mind, other than pitiable, lying helpless with tears on her cheeks. For me it's not pitiable, she still keeps adorable, and triggers the protect genes inside. I began to think that she was just a normal, if extremely shy person, but her problems run much deeper. Trying to take our relationship further than we share now, when she's so fragile and vulnerable, wouldn't be right. I don't need to be more than her friend in order to protect her. To try and stop anything like this ever happening again. The possibility of my feelings for her going beyond that that doesn't matter anymore. Hanako is precious to me, and that's why I can't take advantage of her. Even so, there is still that thing I feel when I think that way. For now, I need to sleep. Tomorrow, hopefully, will be a better day. It's the next day. Okay, we'll end up here. Small game development observation. Now, there's also a small fight-in, because I saw some games made from RPG Maker, even non-RPG Maker in some occasions, even in the RPG Maker game jam, that change things like suddenly. It's suddenly it's a bunch of minutes after, or it's a different scene, and it's just a cut, direct cut. Here instead, the game does the transition pretty well, because there's a fade out, there's a wait, notice the wait, and then there's the animation for the next day, then an extra wait and a fade in. That's how you do transitions to another scene. This is a little exaggerated maybe, just a fade out, a black screen, and a fade in again would do the trick, but it's important, otherwise the player is confused. 1 hour and a half later. You know what? Wait, Father, you gave me an interesting idea for a game. Inspiration. A game where feels normal, but there are some things that you kind of feel off, like longer waits for the changing map. Or, I don't know, character names changing color. That needs to be analyzed, though. That's a curious idea. I will look forward to it. Okay, for now, we will end the stream. Let's see if we can rate someone. We can rate Pleasant Peasant. I hope it's written right. Okay, that's nice. Okay, that's enough for today. We will continue the game next Sunday. I don't think we have any appointment Sunday. Okay. And we will continue next week for all the first 5 days of the workday. We will continue playing games from the game jam. So, that's everything for today. Thanks again, and we see ya whenever it happens.